Hi Phil.
Hi Josh, how you going?
Good, thanks. Could you tell us about the Tango and Tantra retreat on November 2nd to 6th in Tilba?
Sure. Yeah, look, it's a really interesting combination of self-exploration, uh, healing our past wounds and hurts which might get in the way of relating to each other, and also sort of trying to answer some questions which crop up that we all, may have in relationships, like why is the person distant from me, or why do I feel like I'm always arguing with my partner for no good reason, or how come our lovemaking's gone off the boil, all those sort of things. God, we need a vacation now to rescue the relationship. All those things that get in, the questions that people have once they've been in a relationship for quite some time. And we're also exploring what happens to us as children in terms of how we relate to our parents, any childhood conditioning that we have, and we use breathwork as a major tool to help explore and unlock any holdings in the body or in the emotions which might get in the way of feeling close to people. So whether that's our family or friends or lovers.
In a short sentence, if someone has never done breathwork before, what would you say to explain breathwork to someone who's never heard the concept?
Okay. Well, obviously we're always breathing, so that's called, like an automatic breathing that keeps us going when we're sleeping, and in our waking, resting breath, there's always the inhale and the exhale, just never stops. So the issue is when we get stressed, we have learnt ways of controlling our exhale or controlling the in-breath. Our breath sometimes gets shorter or shallower. So, for example, when you often see children or babies, if they're under stress, their breath pattern might go out of whack. So you might see something like so you often will see that pattern in kids when they're young and they're crying or they're in distress. So obviously, if we're good parents, then we come to help regulate their breath back to normal by comforting them or whatever. So if for some reason our parents can't be there within a certain amount of time, then those patterns can get locked in. So we might have to some days, cry a lot to get our parents' attention, or we might be awake, and we're not sleeping, and the parents get frustrated, and then we cry ourselves to sleep. So all those things can happen in childhood. They're ways that our body learns to deal with stress. So as we get older, we stop showing our emotions, but the breath keeps going underneath that. So it's like in breath work, we're consciously helping to repattern that. So what we're doing is, breath work is essentially conscious breathing through the mouth. So not through the nose, and we're just increasing the rate and the depth of the breath. So it's not about we're not doing that, we're not panting, we're not overdoing it. It's just more of a so it's really just getting that a deep breath, but it's irregular. It's never a pause at the bottom and never a pause at the top, and it really helps the body get out of our minds and into our heads. So it's not a meditative breath. It's not breathing through the nose. It's not mindfulness. It's just somewhere in between a cathartic type of breath, but it's also regulated. So we're helping the body to understand that it's okay to breathe deeper. Essentially, that's breath work, and it's a healing modality, and it's been going, in the West for about 40 years now. It probably was invented in the modern world in the 1930s, but it's now become quite established. And it's a really good way to people to deal with anxiety, depression, anger management, wanting to feel more if you've become a bit numb in the body and the emotions.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
So, and you have experienced a bit of that work.
Absolutely. Just the ordinary level of pleasure in your life increases so much.
Right.
And you can just tap into that, just feeling of peace, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.